The United Nations says it has launched an initiative to explore possible arrangement for a humanitarian ceasefire in Ukraine in order to allow the delivery of desperately needed aid and pave the way for serious political negotiations to end the month-long war. Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said he used his good offices and asked the head of the UN Worldwide Humanitarian Operations to explore the possibility of a ceasefire with Russia and Ukraine.
Today, I'm announcing that in the exercise of my good offices, I've asked Martin Griffiths, the coordinator of our humanitarian work worldwide, immediately to explore with the parties involved the possible agreements and arrangements for a humanitarian ceasefire in Ukraine.
The UN chief noted further that a cessation of hostilities will allow humanitarian aid to be delivered and people to move safely, and it would save lives, prevent sufferings, and protect civilians.
Since the beginning of the Russian invasion 1 month ago, the war has led to the senseless loss of thousands of lives, the displacement of 10 million people, mainly women and children, the systematic destruction of essential infrastructure, and skyrocketing food and energy prices worldwide. This must stop. The United Nations is doing everything in its power to support people whose lives have been overturned by the war. In the past months, beyond their support to refugee hosting countries, our humanitarian agencies and their partners have reached nearly 900,000 people, mainly in eastern Ukraine, with food, shelter, blankets, medicine, bottled water, and hygiene supplies.
The 193 member of the United Nations General Assembly, by an overwhelming majority of about 140 nations, has called for an immediate cessation of hostilities in Ukraine twice, and Guterres added that it is the moment for the United Nations to assume the initiative. Over the past month, the UN humanitarian agencies and their partners have provided nearly 900,000 people, mainly in eastern Ukraine, with food, shelter, water, and hygiene supplies, and the UN World Food Programme is scaling up to reach 1.2 million people by mid-April. Both Moscow and Kiev have held multiple rounds of talks to come up with a political solution to end the conflict. However, the talks have remained largely unsuccessful, and the prospect of the war in Ukraine ending anytime soon seem hopeless. Later on Tuesday, another round of talks will be held in Turkey. Kamet Sadiq, CBA TV.